The deep sea remains one of Earth's last unexplored frontiers, covering over 65% of the planet's surface. At depths exceeding 1,000 meters, complete darkness reigns, punctuated only by bioluminescent organisms. Hydrothermal vents, discovered in 1977, host entire ecosystems fueled by chemosynthesis rather than sunlight. These vents spew mineral-rich fluids at temperatures up to 400 degrees Celsius, creating oases of life in the abyss. Recent submersible expeditions reveal microbial mats covering vast areas, forming the base of this alien food web. Deep-sea microbes are nature's ultimate chemists, transforming inorganic compounds into life-sustaining materials. Archaea species like Methanopyrus thrive near vents, precipitating iron and sulfur into rock formations. These microorganisms build layered structures resembling miniature volcanoes, some growing several centimeters per year. Their metabolic processes lock away heavy metals, naturally purifying the ocean. Scientists estimate these microbial architects have been shaping seabed geology for over 3.8 billion years, making them Earth's oldest engineers. Deep-sea microbes perform a delicate balancing act with Earth's carbon cycle. Methanotrophic bacteria consume 80% of methane rising from seabed deposits, preventing catastrophic greenhouse gas release. Other species, like Thiomargarita namibiensis, form giant sulfur pearls that sequester carbon in sediments. Recent studies show these microorganisms process over 200 million tons of carbon annually, equivalent to 70,000 wind turbines. Climate impact. However, warming oceans may disrupt this balance as some microbes switch from consuming to producing methane under stress. The deep sea's megafauna survive through extraordinary alliances with microbes. Giant tube worms, Riftia pachyptila, lack mouths and digestive systems. Instead, they host chemosynthetic bacteria in a specialized organ called the trophosome. These bacteria convert hydrogen sulfide into organic compounds, feeding the worms. Similarly, yeti crabs cultivate sulfur-eating bacteria on their hairy claws. Researchers found a single square meter of vent habitat can support over 100,000 symbiotic relationships, creating the densest biomass outside coral reefs. Viruses dominate the deep sea's microbial world, with a single liter of abyssal water containing up to 10 billion viral particles. These phages specifically target bacteria and archaea, lysing 20 to 40% of microbial cells daily. This constant predation drives evolution, as microbes develop CRISPR-based viral defenses. Surprisingly, viruses also facilitate nutrient cycling. When they burst cells, they release organic matter that feeds other organisms. New research suggests viral activity influences everything from carbon storage to the frequency of underwater landslides. Ancient microbial structures hold secrets to Earth's early history. Stromatolites found in 3.7 billion-year-old Greenland rocks mirror modern vent microbialites. These layered fossils prove photosynthesis evolved in deep-sea hydrothermal environments before colonizing shallow waters. Analysis of isotopic ratios in Precambrian rocks suggests microbial metabolisms have maintained Earth's atmospheric balance for eons. Remarkably, some deep-sea microbes today are virtually identical to their 2 billion-year-old ancestors, representing living fossils of our planet's youth. The deep sea is becoming humanity's final waste repository, with microplastics now found at 10,000-meter depths. Microbial communities respond unpredictably. Some species evolve to degrade plastics, while others incorporate synthetic fibers into their structures. Oil spills trigger blooms of hydrocarbon-eating bacteria, but these consume oxygen, creating dead zones. Alarmingly, radioactive isotopes from nuclear tests in the 1950s persist in microbial DNA. Researchers warn these adaptations may destabilize ancient biochemical cycles perfected over millennia. Deep-sea microbes both mitigate and accelerate climate change. Methane hydrates, ice-like structures containing gigatons of carbon, are stabilized by methane-consuming archaea. However, as oceans warm, these microbes switch to producing methane, potentially releasing 50 times more greenhouse gas than human activities. Conversely, diatom blooms triggered by melting ice transport carbon to the seabed. Climate models now incorporate microbial variables, revealing tipping points where oceanic carbon sinks could become sources by 2100. Extremophile microbes are revolutionizing biotechnology. Taq polymerase from vent bacteria enabled PCR testing, while deep-sea enzymes now degrade plastics and purify pharmaceuticals. The CRISPR system, derived from microbial antiviral defenses, revolutionized gene editing. Pharmaceutical companies screen deep-sea microbes for anti-cancer compounds, with 15% of new marine-derived drugs coming from these sources. Recent discoveries include enzymes that work at 20 degrees Celsius, offering energy-saving industrial processes. However, bioprospecting raises ethical questions about patenting life forms. Protecting deep-sea microbial ecosystems requires urgent international action. The UN's High Seas Treaty aims to designate 30% of international waters as protected areas by 2030. Advanced monitoring combines autonomous submersibles with AI to track microbial health indicators. Citizen science projects analyze deep-sea DNA sequences to identify endangered microbial lineages. As we discover these invisible rulers' full importance, their survival becomes inseparable from our own. The choices we make today will determine whether the deep remains Earth's life support system or becomes another casualty of the Anthropocene.